Hi guys! I had all these bananas ripening at the same time and wanted to use them up before they spoil. So I figured I'd show you how to make chocolate chip banana bread. You can make this bread very quickly and without a mixer. Just need a spoon and a fork. Heat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. Start off with 4 large bananas. Get a big bowl. These are extremely ripe. And it is best to use extremely ripe bananas because they'll be very sweet and you can use less sugar in the recipe because these overripe bananas are naturally very sweet. Just mash them with a fork. They're really soft and easy to mash. To the mashed bananas, I'll add a couple of large eggs, vanilla extract, and milk. Whisk it all together. Melt unsalted butter. Pour it over brown sugar. And mix this well. Pour the butter and brown sugar into the eggs. Mix this all up. For the dry ingredients, all-purpose flour, baking powder. I always put baking powder in a little strainer to make sure there are no lumps. Baking soda, salt, ground cinnamon, ground cloves, and if you have it, some nutmeg. In case you haven't seen it before, this is nutmeg in its shell. Break it open. It should be whole, but I broke it. This is what it looks like inside. Great, just a couple of pinches of nutmeg. If you don't have all the spices, just add cinnamon, it's fine. If you have pumpkin pie spice, you can use that. This has cinnamon, ginger, lemon peel, nutmeg, cloves, and cardamom. All of those spices will taste good with this bread. Mix this together. Mix the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients. You don't want to overmix it, just enough so that the flour is incorporated into the liquid. For the chocolate chips, you can use semi-sweet, milk, or dark, whichever is your favorite. It's a good idea to coat the chocolate chips with a little bit of flour so they don't sink to the bottom of the bread. You want to do this at the last minute. Fold the chips into the batter and then bake right away. Use a 9x4 loaf pan to bake this bread. When you melt the butter, save that butter wrapper. This is what I always use to grease the pan. You don't need any extra butter, keeps your hands clean, and you don't have to break out a pastry brush. Now we'll flour it. You can use some of the flour from the flour that you use to coat the chocolate chips. It forms a nice nonstick coating. Tap out the excess flour into your garbage can. You don't want all this extra flour in your bread or it'll make it tough. Just shake off all the extra flour. You can see the chips are nicely and evenly coated. Fold in the chips. Pour in the batter. Tap the pan on the counter a few times to get any air bubbles out. Bake in the heated oven until a toothpick inserted into the middle comes out clean or with very few crumbs. It took almost an hour in my oven. If your oven runs hot, I would definitely check at about 45 minutes. Cool the bread on a rack for about 30 minutes. Run an offset spatula around the sides of the bread. Pull in slightly. Turn the pan over on your hand and tap the bottom a few times. It should come out pretty easily. Leave the bread on the rack to cool. I cut the bread while it's slightly warm and you can see the chocolate chips look like they've melted. I do like these quick breads a little bit warm. It's a nice, soft banana bread with just the right amount of chocolate chips. You saw how quick it is to make this bread and I hope you give it a try. Subscribe and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.